Good morning to you, good morning to you. We're all in our places with sun shining faces. Oh, this is the way to have a good day. Hello, my sweet students. Welcome to another music class. I am so excited for today. We are going to take a look at a topic that we learned about a little while ago that we haven't looked at in a little bit. We're going to sing a brand new song that I am so excited about. And of course, we are going to take a look at some rhythm and another piece from our composer of the month. So let's get started on the right footing by singing through our scales. Start with major scale. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, di, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Beautiful job. Now sing me that major triad. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. Beautiful job. Now add that top do for our major arpeggio. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, mi, sol, do, sol, mi, do. Very nice, my friends. So now, as always, we go down to La, and we sing through our minor scale. 1, 2, ready, go. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. Nice job, you guys. Now sing me that minor triad. 1, 2, ready, go. La, do, mi, do, la. Very nice. And last but certainly not least, let's sing our minor arpeggio. Okay? 1, 2, ready, go. La, do, mi, la, mi, do, la. Nice job, you guys. All right, let's move on to our next portion of class. Okay, so as I mentioned at the very beginning of class, we are going to take a look at a concept that we were learning about a few weeks back called dynamics. So we're going to review all the dynamics we know and we're going to add one more. Let's take a look. All right, so dynamics. What are they? I bet you've heard the word before in music class. Dynamics are how loud or soft to play or sing. So these are going to be letters that are in your music that tell you how loud or soft the composer wants you to play that music. So let's start with the really basic ones. You might see a P or you might see a F. And really all of your dynamics are just kind of versions of these two. The P stands for piano, and the F stands for forte. These are kind of fancy Italian music words, but really all they mean is soft or loud. So if you see a P in your music, a piano, that means they want you to play softly. If you see a forte in your music, an F, they want you to play loudly. That's all there is to it. So moving on from there, you might see an M in front of your piano or your forte. The M stands for mezzo, which means middle. So you have mezzo piano, mezzo forte. And what this means is medium soft or medium loud. So they're kind of in the middle, right? It's like, I don't want you to play super softly, but I might want you to play a little softer than you were planning on it. Or I don't want you to play super loudly, but I do want you to play a little louder here, a mezzo forte. Okay, so far so good. Then we get the really, really fun ones. You can see 2 P's or 2 F's. And these are the most fun words. It's either pianissimo or fortissimo. So on our scale, this is at the very end of either spectrum. The pianissimo is going to be very soft, and our fortissimo is very loud. Very good, you guys. So these are all of your lettered dynamics. There are 2 other symbols you might see in your music that will tell you how loud or soft the composer wants you to play, but they're not letters. They kind of look like greater than or less than signs, or an alligator and a crocodile, whatever you want to think of it as. The first one looks like this. It starts small and it gets bigger. This is called a crescendo. Another really fun music word, crescendo. And your crescendo basically says that you want to start softly and get louder as you go through whatever the crescendo is over. Simple enough? Crescendo, soft to loud, piano to forte. The more softly you start, the more fun your crescendo will be because you have more room to grow. Then, this is a new one for us. We've never seen this one. You might see the opposite of a crescendo that looks like it starts wide and gets skinnier as it goes along. This is called a diminuendo. And your diminuendo means that you're going loud to soft, right? So you're going to start really loud and then you are going to slowly trail off. Forte to piano, right? So crescendo, soft to loud, diminuendo, loud to soft. And that is all there is to your dynamics, you guys. Very good job, you guys. All right, so our song for this week is a very special one. Last week, you guys might have celebrated Read Across America Week in your classrooms. It is a great time. It's all about reading. I love Read Across America Week. And you also, depending on what grade you're in, might have celebrated Dr. Seuss's birthday. Happy birthday, Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss is an amazing children's author, so many fun books to peruse, and today I want to sing a Dr. Seuss song. So, some brilliant person took Dr. Seuss's books and made them into an incredible musical called Seussical. And today we are going to sing a song from Seussical called Alone in the Universe. And this is a song that Horton the elephant sings. So if you've ever read Horton Hears a Who, I bet you know the story. He's got this who that he can talk to and nobody else can hear it. So he's singing in this song about how he's all alone in the universe and nobody can hear the things that he hears. But he's still happy. He knows that all great thinkers feel this way at some point, and that it's just a part of life, and that soon enough, everybody else is going to see what he sees and understand the things that he understands. So it's a great song. It's super fun. It's got a great message. I can't wait for you guys to learn it. Let's take a look. All right, here we are. There's our little Horton and his who at the bottom. This is a great song to sing when you're feeling down and you just need a little pick-me-up. It always makes me feel better. So here's our first set of lyrics. There is going to be 2 of them. Let's get started. There are secrets on a leaf, in the water, in the air, hidden planets, tiny worlds, all invisible. Nice, and I think this makes a lot more sense if you sing it all together. So let's take it from there, Secrets on a Leaf, just to right where we went, to All Invisible, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. There are secrets on a leaf, in the water, in the air, hidden planets, tiny worlds, all invisible. Good, and then the next part takes off right where we left it. Not a person seems to know. Not a person seems to care. There is no one who believes a thing I say. Well, I'm fairly certain at one time or other great thinkers all feel this way. That is my very favorite line of the whole piece. Good job. Okay, so that's your whole first set of lyrics. Let's take it from the top, see how it goes, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. There are secrets on a leaf, in the water, in the air, hidden planets, tiny worlds, all invisible. Not a person seems to know, not a person seems to care. There is no one who believes a thing I say. Well, I'm fairly certain at one time or other great thinkers all feel this way. Nice job, you guys. Wonderful. Okay, so that first set of lyrics is kind of like piano. It's very soft. Horton's not really sure of himself yet. And then this next section, we're kind of gonna move into maybe a mezzo forte. So don't be afraid to sing out a little bit more. So here's your second set of lyrics. Let's give it a shot, okay? I'm all alone in the universe. So all alone in the universe. I found magic, but they don't see it. They all call me a lunatic. Okay, call me a lunatic. If I stand on my own, so be it. Nice, good job. So let's try just that much from I'm Alone in the Universe, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. I'm all alone in the universe, so all alone in the universe. I found magic, but they don't see it. They all call me a lunatic. Okay, call me a lunatic. lunatic. If I stand on my own, so be it. Nice job, you guys. So now we move into kind of like a big forte. This part's much louder. Now he's really confident, okay? This is such a beautiful part of the song. 'Cause I have wings, yes, I can fly. Good, I almost cued you in a little too early there, and it's because there's a little pause, okay? Around the moon and far beyond the sky. And someday soon I know there you'll be. One small voice in the universe. One true friend in the universe. Who believes in me. Aw, so beautiful. I love that part so much. So let's try it once from 'Cause I Have Wings, okay? That second half. 1, 2, ready, go. 'Cause I have wings, yes, I can fly around the moon and far beyond the sky. And someday soon I know there you'll be. One small voice in the universe, one true friend in the universe, who believes in me. Wonderful job, you guys. All right, and I know that all of you have so much more than one true friend in the universe who believes in you, whether it's your teachers, me, your families, your friends. You all have so many people believing in you. So let's put everything we just learned to use, go back to the very beginning and sing it with our piano and really perform it. Performing instead of just singing through a song, even if there's no audience there, even if I'm alone in the universe, the thing that makes me feel like I'm performing is really putting the emotions of the song in. You have all of these beautiful Dr. Seuss words, and you can really put yourself in Horton's position, in Horton's shoes, and feel what he's feeling through the music. And as he's getting more confident, you can get more confident with the song as well. I hope you try it out, because we're going to sing it right now. 1, 2, ready, go. There are secrets on a leaf, in the water, in the air, hidden planets, tiny worlds, all invisible. Not a person seems to know, not a person seems to care. There is no one who believes a thing I say. Well, I'm fairly certain at one time or other, great thinkers all feel this way. I'm alone in the universe, so alone in the universe. I found magic, but they don't see it. They all call me a lunatic. Okay, call romantic. If I stand on my own, so be it. 'Cause I have wings, yes, I can fly around the moon and far beyond the sky. And one day soon, I know there you'll be. One small voice in the universe, one true friend in the universe, who believes in me. Yay! Good job, you guys. That is such a beautiful song, and we sing it so nicely. Seussical is a really, really popular musical to do in schools because it's so much fun, and there's so much Dr. Seuss, and I hope that one day you get an opportunity to perform it in real life in front of everyone. You'll have such a great head start. All right, let's move on to our rhythm for this week. Okay, you guys, you know the drill by now. Here are all the rhythms that we know so far. There's nothing new today for rhythms. You might see some interesting characters in the rhythm that we clap today, but they won't be rhythms. I'm just going to give you a hint right there. So the first one, the shortest rhythm we have, is our eighth note. You always see them together for the time being, and each eighth note gets half a beat. So two together takes up the same space as a quarter note. And they're called eighth notes because it takes 8 of them to fill one measure of 4/4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and is how you clap them. Good. All right. Our quarter note gets 1 beat. So you'd need 4 of them to fill up a 4/4 measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have our half note, of course, and our half note gets 2 beats. You'd need 2 of them to fill up a 4/4 measure. That's why you call it a half note, because each one takes up half of the measure. So if you were to clap them, you'd clap on 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. And then we move on to our dotted half note, and our dotted half note gets 3 beats. So you would need something else to help you get to 4 beats for a 4/4 measure, right? So let's clap a dotted half note and then a quarter note. So you'll clap on 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Good job, my friends. And last but certainly not least, we have a whole note. We will have a whole note in our rhythm today, and our whole note gets 4 beats. It only takes 1 of them to fill up a 4/4 measure, so we call it a whole note because it takes up the whole of the measure. So to clap it, you'll just clap on 1 and hold all the way through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So let's take a look at our rhythm for today. Here it is. I think we should just jump straight into it. So I will clap a measure, you clap it back. When we get to the end of the line, we clap it together. When we get to the end of the rhythm, we clap all of it together. All right, let's do it. Here's your first one. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice job, you guys. Let's try that whole first line. Beware of where the first measure goes into the second measure. That 4 and can be a little tricky. It can be tricky to start right on the next note in beat, in rhythm. Okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job, that's the whole first line. So, if that 4 and was a little confusing, you get another chance to do it in just a sec here, okay? Here's your second line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, did you hold all the way through? I hope so. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 4, and? I told you you'd get another 4 and. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very nice job, you guys. Okay, let's try that whole second line, okay? Starting with that big whole note. Hold all the way through, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Excellent job, you guys. Okay, so that is all of our music. Let's clap it from the beginning, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very nice job, you guys. Excellent. So, you might notice that there's a couple of interesting characters in your music today. Some letters, some interesting looking lines, right? So, today we are adding some dynamics to our music. So the way a dynamic works is when you see one, you start on that dynamic and you sing that dynamic until you see a new one. So, for example, let's look at our very first dynamic. We have a P at the very beginning of our music. Our P stands for piano, and piano means soft. And you don't see another dynamic until your second line. So that whole first line will be sung or clapped softly, piano. Then, moving on, we have an F for forte, right? So this measure will be forte, loud. And then, for a big grand finale, we have a fortissimo. And our fortissimo means very loud. So I gave you a big finish on that very last one, okay? There's just one more thing. There's one more interesting looking character here, and it is this guy. So this is one of your dynamics that's not a letter. This is it a crescendo or a diminuendo? It's a crescendo. So it means that you're going to start soft and get loud. And as I mentioned earlier, the softer you start, the more fun it's going to be, the more dramatic it's going to be. So, piano all the way through the first line, and we crescendo into forte, and then ultimately fortissimo. Okay? Let's try it one more time, our rhythm, and let's add in those fun dynamics, okay? So starting piano. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crescendo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, very nice, you guys. Okay, so those are how you can use your dynamics in different rhythms and different pieces of music. They make it a lot more exciting, and it can be a lot more fun to play with. All right, very good. Now it's time for my very favorite part of our class, our Composer of the Month. Okay, our March composer is Fannie Mendelson. Yay! This is a picture of her, a painting, of course, over on the side of your screen. She lived from 1805 to 1847. She is German. She was from Germany. And because her entire life was in the 1800s and all of her compositions were obviously in the 1800s, she is a Romantic era composer. Fannie Mendelson was an excellent piano player. She really excelled, and most of her pieces involved the piano in some capacity, if not as the star of the show. And during her life, she wrote 460 pieces of music. She was an incredible composer, and she was constantly writing. Trios. And a piano trio is a very popular form of composing. It involves, how many instruments do you think? Trio. What does that mean? What does that sound like? Which number does that sound like? It sounds a lot like the number 3, and it's spelled T-R-I-O. So if you think triangle, we've got 3 instruments. So one of them is obviously a piano, and I'm going to tell you what the other 2 are on the other slide. But I wanted to point out to you how good an example this is of a type of composition called chamber music. Chamber music is usually for a piano and a few other instruments, but it's a small group. And the reason for that was so that it could be played in someone's palace chamber. Think of that as kind of a similar size to like a big sitting room or a big lounge. So it wasn't a full orchestra. And most people in that era usually had a piano in that room anyway. So 2 of their friends could come over and bring their instruments, and they could make this beautiful music together. So we're going to be taking a look at this piano trio on the next slide, and we're also going to be examining some of the sheet music, because when we listen to this, we are, instead of seeing the instrumentalists, we are going to be seeing the sheet music, the rhythms and the notes that they are playing. Let's take a look. Okay, so piano trio in D minor. We broke it down. It's going to be a piano with 2 other instruments to make 3 instruments. And those instruments are going to be the violin and the cello. So we have some friends from our string family joining in for this piece with our piano. And at the top it says piano trio in D minor. So that means that this piece is in a minor key, in your minor scale. And that minor scale starts on the piano note D. So it's based off of this scale. And as I mentioned, this is an example of chamber music. This is the kind of music that people in this age would get together and kind of just jam over. It could be a really casual affair where you just bring your instrument and they have the sheet music and you play through it until you feel good about it. This was the very last piece out of all 460 pieces that Fannie Mendelson ever wrote. This was her final composition. So as we're listening to it, we're going to be looking at the sheet music. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a primer so that you feel equipped to read it. So this is what it is going to look like at the very beginning, the first thing you're going to see on your screen. So the first instrument, the highest treble clef over there, is going to be a violin. Then the staff directly beneath that is your cello. And then, of course, your piano, you play with 2 hands. So the piano needs 2 staffs, one for the right hand and one for the left hand. So this is what the piano would be playing in the right hand, and this is what the piano is going to be playing in the left hand. Left hand piano, right hand piano, cello, violin. Very good. So those notes in the piano might look a little funny to you. They might look like really crazy 8th notes, but they're actually something a little different. Right there, it is something called a tremolo. And the tremolo means that you are going to go between those two notes that are grouped together as quickly as possible, kind of like this. It's really, really cool, so make sure you listen to it. It kind of sounds very exciting. It makes for this kind of rustling, moving feeling to the piece. Very good. So as you're going through this piece, you are going to see a lot of different dynamics on the page, and I want you to be looking out for them. I went ahead and circled the very first one that you're going to see, which is those two Fs. The piece is going to start fortissimo, very loud, but at the bottom of your screen are all the different dynamics that you're going to see throughout it. So you're going to see a pianissimo at least once, a piano, a forte, and a fortissimo. So see if you can spot those, in addition to your crescendo and your diminuendo, those little hairpins. Find those different dynamics. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt. All right, without further ado, piano trio in D minor. Piece. As always, I will post a link to the full piece if you're interested in the drop-down box below the video. All right, my friends, that is all we have time for today. I have had so much fun spending this time with you as always, and I can't wait for us to hang out next week with another song and another piece from our composer. It's gonna be great. Until then, let's together sing our goodbye song. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Bye bye, butterfly. I'll see you again next time. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Bye bye, butterfly. I'll see you again next time. I'll see you